Rio de Janeiro owes its name to its discovery. The first to arrive in the inlets where the city was later built was the Portuguese Gaspar de Lemos, in a fleet of Pedro Álvares Cabral. The area was reached on January 1st, 1502, and since the Portuguese believed that the Guanabara Bay was a river, they called the place January River.
Rio was the capital of Brazil from 1822 to 1889. In 1960, the capital was transferred to Brasilia.
The most famous beach of Rio de Janeiro is Copacabana, made famous also by the song Sábado em Copacabana by Maria Bethânia. Even if its waters are not as clear as those of the nearby beach of Ipanema. This last beach, particularly famous thanks to the song Garota de Ipanema written by Vinícius de Moraes, finds its center in front of the Posto 9, also considered a meeting point for many cariocas. Surely it is a must to take the famous red cable car, which from Rua Cosme Velho reaches the top of Corcovado, where there is the famous statue of Christ the Redeemer, with open arms above the city as a sign of peace.
From the top of the Corcovado mountain, you can see every corner of the city, including the big stadium called Maracanã, a real temple of the greatest Brazilian national passion, football.
It is also a must to visit the Botanical Garden with a width of 140 hectares. It includes over 6,000 different species of tropical and subtropical plants and trees, including 900 varieties of palm trees. The park is protected by the Patrimônio Histórico e Artístico Nacional and was officially considered a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve in 1992. It also includes monuments of historical, artistic, and archaeological importance, and an important research center which includes the most complete library of Brazil, specialized in botany, with over 32,000 volumes.
Rio de Janeiro was also the Olympic city in 2016, and I had the great honor of taking part in it, working as a volunteer. I worked at the entrance of the Olympic Park, where the arenas were located.
Beautiful to be seen is the Metropolitan Cathedral of Rio de Janeiro, known as the Cathedral of São Sebastião do Rio de Janeiro.
The cathedral is dedicated to São Sebastião, the patron saint of Rio. There is also the Municipal Theatre, where are mainly performed productions of ballet and classical music. Once there were only foreign performances of opera and symphony orchestra, in particular by Italian and French companies. In 1931, the Municipal Symphony Orchestra of Rio de Janeiro was created. Today it hosts the Petrobras and the Brazilian Symphony Orchestras. Also famous is the district of Lapa for its historical monuments and surely for its nightlife. This is the real Bohemian area and is also the place where the famous arches, also known as Carioca Aqueduct, are located. Today they are a channel for the tram network that goes up on the hilly district of Santa Teresa. Even if Santa Teresa is not Rio's most famous neighborhood, such as Copacabana, Ipanema, and Botafogo, more and more people are discovering the colonial beauty of this Carioca neighborhood. Characteristic of this district is its bondinho, a yellow cable car which particularly reminds the ones of San Francisco. This is the last tram left of what was once the largest South American tram system. The very famous and colorful Celarón steps, 125 meters long and composed by 250 steps decorated with more than 2,000 tiles, the so-called azulejos, coming from over 60 countries all over the world, is located in the Lapa district. The icon of Rio, however, remains the Sugarloaf Mountain, which is, among the Morros Carioca, the most famous in the world. In front of Red Beach, you can take the cableway to reach the top of the Sugarloaf that is a real icon of Rio, and that has also been adopted as a brand by many Brazilian companies. Together with Christ the Redeemer, the Sugarloaf Mountain is the main tourist attraction of Rio de Janeiro. The mountain is located in the district of Urca. This mountain is also considered one of the most romantic places in Rio de Janeiro, thanks to its beautiful panoramic view. From its top, you can see many neighborhoods of Rio, such as Copacabana and Botafogo, the airport and the Guanabara Bay, Niterói and its bridge.
Bota a sandália de prata e vem pro samba sambar. Isso aqui,
In Rio, there is also a large lagoon, in Portuguese Lagoa, located in a wealthy residential district, and it's called Rodrigo Freitas. This area borders the districts of Ipanema, Leblon, Gávea, Jardim Botânico, and Humaitá. It is the third most expensive district in South America. It is also one of the few places in Rio without any favela. In Rio de Janeiro, you can join many events of various kinds, such as the famous Rio Carnival, and sporting events such as the Rio 2016 Olympic Games, and much more. Rio de Janeiro is truly a marvelous city, a city that everyone should visit sooner or later, at least once in their lifetime. With its many colors, with the many different tourist attractions suitable for all tastes, with its endless and crystalline beaches, those of calm waters and those of big waves, with its people, the Cariocas, so welcoming and always happy. It's really hard to find someone with a rude face in Rio. Rio de Janeiro will leave a mark in your heart. This mark is called saudade. It's a very Brazilian feeling, and it will make you want to return to visit the marvelous city.